All started yesterday.
Good.
Hat leather. Anyway, sounds like we're going to have a good time tonight. And I don't have much to say here. I'm just going to have to start figuring out who's going to go up to the table first. Oh, is that again? Well, I guess since the president. Oh, hey, John McLean. There's a man with money. I got it. Well, we have to let the president go first. Because the poor guy doesn't know what he's in for the next year. So that table will go first.
Actually, I'll be eating last. I'll be looking good and I'm going to finish.
You're going to miss out on the goods here. What is this, a video now? You're doing a video?
Whatever else you want.
Not that hungry.
Yeah. Probably just this more 90.
Because everybody else around about you is keyed up too, so if you're all backing out, you crank into the pressure.
Well, you know what? Actually, it's so true. I actually took it out and I went somewhere at night. And when I came out, there was this low-level cement.
Oh, yeah.
And I backed into it.
Even if you're not like 10 feet away from an object, when you see it, you lose it when the nose goes down. That's it. You see nothing.
So, you know, there's a lot of truth to what you're saying, because when you are coming into the parking lot, you can actually see what's there. When you're leaving, you've already been somewhere
Right.
and you're
And
just, you forget, yeah. Uh-oh, are you going to show me?
There's a lot of work for the club, and Lloyd Reinhardt, 2002. So Lloyd actually is back in Vancouver. He was the past president of our club. He's bought another Corvette, and he's in the Lower Mainland. So, and he smacked it up 2 days ago. Yeah, somebody drove in the back of his 1987 white Roadster. But he's sort of a little bit stiff, but the car worked out pretty good. So. In 2003, Mr. Rob Terrell. Rob's right here. Rob, want to stand up, say hi? Rob was the president for a few years, a vice president for a few years, and actually Mr. Whistler put a lot of effort into Whistler. Well deserved. In 2004, Mr. Al Frost. Al sitting beside Kenny Rogers. Al Frost was on the executive as well. He was on the executive as well, and for a few years as vice president, and of course has contributed a lot. In 2005, Mr. Ray Miller. Ray's way at back. Stand up, Ray. Actually, I shared this trophy with Ray Miller in 2005. We shared this trophy, and you know, Ray's done the membership before I took over 8 years ago, and Ray's also done a lot for our newsletter. So. 2006, Mr. John Bavard. John is not here tonight. John did a lot of work on our new on our website that now I believe Gary Powell is looking after. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Better job than me.
And last year, 2007, and that was taken by Lou and Gail Berry. Stand up, please. Well deserved as well. Lou was vice president a few times, and of course Gail was the administrator for a while as well. So when I won this award in 2005, that was a very, very honored award. And it's actually a bigger honor to present this. I presented last year to Lou and Gail. This year, you know, there's a lot of members that have done a lot for the club in the past. Right? So I started thinking about this a year ago, and who deserves this, and I kept this a secret. Nobody knows. Deb McLeod asked me today who it was. I said, I can't tell him. Even Linda doesn't know. So if you want to keep a secret, it's not to tell anybody. So I looked at a few members. There's a lot of deserving members here that will deserve that deserves this. I looked at a few things. I looked at participation. I've also looked at longevity, and I looked at a few things. And this year, I'm going to present the award to actually one of our senior couples, Jillian Hayes and Stuart Hayes.
During a year to try and help each other out in a pinch. Stuart was mentioning that he'd had a lot of help. As you know, he was a vice chair this year and last year too. And unfortunately, he lives a long way from the mailbox. And it takes a lot to get the mail in every month sometimes, just because we're all so diverse where we live around the Lower Mainland. So he had some help. He had a little help from a very special member who happens to be standing quietly over on my left here with a camera in his hand.
Gary Clark takes care of our clothing sales. Gary, would you come? Roy Druitt, who looks after our swap and shop and our elections. Karen Nibb takes care of our 50-50 draw every meeting. Nigel Wee takes care of our slalom needs. Nigel. He's been hunting and trying to find facilities for us, and thankfully we're going to be having some new races this coming year. Joseph Pele, who works so hard on our newsletter. Al Frost takes care of our Preston Show and Shine and all those details. Ray Miller. Ray has been taking care of our rallies this past year.
That's right, Brian. I tell you, once I'm on the stage, it's hard to get off. Okay, so now we got to pick up.